Step one, Ikea Baggebo comes in your box. So open it up, and I lay all the pieces out. The sides, those are the frame, the back, and this is the bottom. And the glass, don't worry about the glass because you're gonna get a different shelf, an acrylic one. So that's to start. So the first two steps we did, it's pretty self-explanatory, but we put the 4 screws in the bottom, those are your feet. I end up putting round floor protectors on mine after I get it done. So leaving the holes, those are gonna go towards the middle. You put the top on, there's no way to secure it, just sits on it. Just make sure there's a hole in the top. Make sure you line it up with the hole that's in the one of these sides, so that hole becomes important, so make sure you do that. And then you get your grommet, which is you should have, and this is going to measure out where we're going to put the hole in the bottom where your cords are going to go through. So we have to drill the hole, but we measure using the grommet. So just to clarify, just because this is an important step, when we set the top on, be aware of where this hole is. Here and here on the bottom piece. Those are going to match because that's where the door hinge is going to be. So when you open your door, this and this have to match and be on the same side. So before you drill through the bottom to put your grommet in, and your grommet is this little thing, because your cords go down through this. So we are going to place it opposite of where your door is going to open. Because if you look at mine, over there, you see the door opens, and then the grommet is in the bottom. So to do that, we put the grommet on just to get a rough estimate of where we're going to place it. So when Bob uses the drill, and I suggest that Elliot does this piece for you because you're actually drilling through metal. So I just put this on, draw a rough circle around. Now we're going up through the bottom. On mine, we went down through the top. We went this side, but we had kind of a rough way, and some of it got scratched. So we're trying this side in hopes that it's a cleaner fit. And then when we're done, you're gonna be able to look at the top of this. There's gonna be a hole right here. Grommet goes down and sits in there perfectly. And this is where you thread your cords. Okay, so this is the attachment so I've sent out. So you should have that out there. But that's what we're gonna use. Safety first. And we have it set up this way. So remember, it's metal. It's pretty hard to go through. So
I'll try to get the middle of it.
metal shaving. So hole. So it is a little.
Oh.
Careful. The grommet will go over that. But the grommet will fit down in that, so don't worry about it being a little bit rough around the edges. Your grommet's going to fit right down over that.
That did work better going on the bottom.
Yeah,
Though.
okay, so go up through the bottom with that device. So I just slide that grommet in. So you see how it doesn't matter. That's a little jagged, but it is in there. Perfect. All right, so those just slide in there, and then you're gonna put the side on to secure it. Okay, so my notes it there.
While you're videoing.
So the next part is putting the sides on. So lay it down, making sure that the holes are on the bottom and on the sides. You kind of have to turn it. Just make sure that you'll see here, this is shorter, this little piece here, that's the top, and the longer end is down here. So make sure your holes that's correct. And then you just put the 2 nuts in each side roughly, and then it kind of holds it up. So that's what we did next.
Flip it over and put them up here now, right?
Correct. We're going to flip it and put it on the other side just to get the other sides in. So the next part, actually the instructions are very good. Putting this together, so all else fails, follow the instructions. So we got the 4 screws on each side, those
Just in the middle.
Yeah, just in the middle, and then we are going to put these in the 4 holes there and there. Next part, which we learned by trial and error, before we put the back on, we put the rubber foam on to seal it. Otherwise, there's quite a gap there. So for your plants, you want higher humidity, so you try to seal as many sides as you can. So this is the back piece that's going to go on here. So before we put it on, I'm going to put the rubber stripping on the top of this, so it's all done. We tried to do it after the fact that on mine, and that didn't work very well, of course. So it doesn't have to be perfect per se, but that way it's going to give it extra, leave that on, extra sealant, so when it's going to have a tighter fit here when we get it on. Okay, so we put mine together backwards. So the sticker was there, so that I thought the sticker goes on the back, but it doesn't. So that's a much cleaner look. And then you see up top, it's sealed. It's not perfect, but it seals that hole there. So we just use Windex to get that sticker off. Again, it's not perfect, but it's better. So the next piece we're going to do is, these are obviously open, so we're going to seal those, and what we're going to use is these insulation shrink kits you put on windows. So that's what I'm going to do, and you have one of those. So you take the tape, this tape that comes with it, and you put it, and I put it right on this piece. It fits kind of perfectly because you want it to be a tight flush. I found that I had to do it twice on mine to get a good. So put the tape all the way around it, and I'll do another video. And then this is the plastic, so we'll cut it, stick it to the tape, and kind of pull it so it's a little tight. But then we use a hair dryer, which shrinks it, and it makes a tight fit. And once it's done, you can't even notice it there, but it seals in, obviously, so the air can't come through. Okay, so I've put the tape around the sides, and so then when I get ready to stick the plastic on, obviously this peels off and it gives a sticky side. So what I found works best is I hold the plastic up and kind of cut close to the size. Again, doesn't have to be perfect because you have a ton of plastic that come in these boxes. I mean, way more than you're going to need. But like when you do it, for instance, this piece isn't big enough. You want it as close as possible. So when and what I find is Don't peel all the sticky thing off, all 4 sides, because this ends up sticking down at the bottom first. So you want to kind of start at the top and then pull these down and then kind of flatten out the plastic as you go. But I'll video that when I get to that point. Okay, so I got my rough piece of plastic on, and I've peeled off the top section and stuck it on there. And then I start slowly peeling off the side, and as I go, I just kind of press down and kind of make this as flat as possible and just kind of keep going down the sides. Like I'll pull this down and then I'll kind of push this over. So try to make it as taut as you can, and then the hairdryer does the rest. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I will, when Bob, he's not here right now, so when he comes back, I'll have him videotape the other side of me doing it so you can see. So I peel the side down a little ways and then kind of push the paper down over it so it kind of lays flat, and then I do the other side. And if you mess up, it's not a big deal. This is like my 4th, 5th time doing it, so get better at it. Because you have plenty that are in the boxes, so. Because I find that the more taut that you get, taut, I guess, not taunt, taut, that you get this piece of it, the better after you blow dry it, the better seal. It looks better. Okay, so I have that down on both sides, and then I'll peel the bottom off and do that. And then you're gonna take a like a blade, what's the name of it? Stop it for a sec. You know, like you open the water downstairs, so you're gonna have to blade down through here.
Box cutter?
Yeah, box cutter. That's what I was trying to think of. So the bottom is off, so. Okay. So now you take a box cutter and cut down through here, maybe. Cutting. Hopefully it's sharp, unlike mine.
Got a sharp knife.
Do we have one?
Might be thinner too. Time out.
So we've gone from the box cutters to a sharp knife, which not much better. So it's kind of a tedious process. So I'm going back to my scissors.
It's scratching, right?
No, it's in the groove here.
How hot is that?
Hot, just don't touch it to the plastic. Okay, so that side's done. I find that so you can't really see this, I mean, so when you're looking at your cabinet, obviously you can't really tell that there's plastic over that. The biggest thing that I found through trial and error is that the more taut that you have this when you put it on, the better it fits. And you don't really have to worry too much about the hair dryer piece of it, but just follow the instructions on the back of the box. It talks about the hair dryer and doing that. So I didn't do it very long because it's got a pretty good tight seal. Yeah, so I just kind of laid the paper over it and cut around it, leaving like, I don't know, 2 inches maybe on either side. And then I took the top piece off, and then see the sides I leave kind of hanging. So here's the top. So what I'm going to do is pull it taut and then kind of go along the top with my finger and just get a good seal. And then go down on the side here, and then to this side, and you can pull it up a little if you need to kind of, so this really kind of makes it the best fit, I think. So then you just kind of go down, like you just pull a little of this out and kind of keep going down, and then you do it on this side. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I find that the hair dryer kind of takes, if there's some wrinkles, it does take those out. Maybe. Just secure it down. Okay, switch to a full-out razor blade. See how this works. Some of the double-sided tape is on this side, so it kind of sticks to it. But it's given us the cleanest cut so far. See if I can't cut my finger off. piece that goes down there. Well, metal piece. Instructions are good. It comes with a white handle. We put a different knob on, an extra knob we had. You can get fancy. I tried to find a nice fancy plant one, but I couldn't find one. Still looking, put it that way. And then the screw goes in here, I believe. Yep, and then we screw that in. Cabinets together. Now we will accessorize. Okay, so now that we have it together, I'm gonna just go over some of the things. I've either sent them out with your mother or I've ordered them and they've been delivered. But so from a company called Modern Aqua, this is the shelves. Oops, help if I move the camera. So basically, it's going to be a full shelf that's going to go in. Basically, this is replacing the glass shelves. So this one, and then I have a half shelf. And this is going to be in the back. It's like a pegboard. So the thing with these shelves, just so you know, and it's the most annoying part, is they come with, this is a good representation if I could zoom in. So they have a thin layer of stuff on both sides, so you have to peel it off before you can use it. So just know that, because they look cloudy, but they're not once they're peeled off. And I think you can see, if I get over to see my shelf, mine here. So you see there's my half shelf, my pegboard, and then my full shelf. So my pegboard, you see that other little shelf that's attached to it. I have one of those for you too that's coming out. And again, those, it's right here. Those also have that plastic wrap, and it's hard to get off. But once you get a corner started, you can pull it off, but it's very annoying. So that stuff's gonna come that I don't send out with your mother from Modern Aqua. No, I'll ship that to your place. The other thing I'll get from Amazon for you are lights, Barina lights, and I'll show you how we do those. I'm gonna send one of these. This is an automatic plug-in, so you can set it on a timer. So I'm going to send one's for Cass. This is going to be, I'll order you one of these. It's a USB extender because I'll order these fans for you that will come. So there's one at the top and one at the bottom because you need ventilation. So fan up there, fan down to the bottom. I took you can just unscrew it, and I took the metal casing off on the front just because I liked the cleaner look of the white. You need to leave one on because I use a magnet holder, which are these things, because the whole cabinet is metal, so magnets work well, so it sticks, and then I clip it to like underneath here, so it sticks in there, holds it up. But anyway, that needs a USB to attach to go out the bottom where the plugs go. So I'll order you an extension. I'll order you the fans. I'm gonna send out some extra ones of these. These are those are those. Because we use those to hold up the lights at the top, which I'll show you. The other thing I am going to send out is a humidistat. And how I attach this is I put a sticky pad here and I put it on the back, and then I have these magnets that I tell you, these magnets, don't get them together because you'll never get them apart. They stick to it. So I'll stick that to it, and then that's just going to stick to the side or the back like of mine. See, mine's square, but you get the idea. So I have one of these in a box that's coming out for you, but I'll send these extra extras out to go out with you. And then the other thing that will come from Modern Aqua are these little F pins. They hold the shelves in place and other things. The best thing is when you get those shelves, they have videos on their website on how to put shelves in and stuff, and that's probably the easiest way to watch it, but I'll also try to include some of it here. There's a way to attach the lights to the bottom that they've made, and they have special screws that you have to use, these little screws that work with those lights. So we're making good progress. Okay, to put in the pegboard, it comes with black magnets and screws. So we put those in and then it just sticks to the back. Also, so I did the first shelf here, the half shelf. So to put the lights on, it's gonna come with, I'm gonna send little screws like this home or out with your mother. So you take the lights and they have holes already pre-cut in these shelves. So you take one of these things, and as you can see, you screw it down from inside, and then the lights clip onto it. So then when the shelf is in there, it's like this, obviously. So it works pretty good. The other thing with this pegboard is that you can move it. So if you want it at the top, we can move it up to the top and then have your half shelf here and your full shelf here, or you can do it however way you want it. This is just, it's gonna be anywhere you want it. I have mine in the middle because I had already put the cords in a little hider, so I couldn't move it. So I may put Cass's at the top, so that's that part. So this is an example of taking the paper off of these. So I took a little scissors and kind of made a little thing that I could grab onto and then peel off the paper here. And it's on both sides. Sometimes when they cut these Monstera leaves out on their 3D printer, sometimes it leaves little things inside there, so they might fall out. And then you take out both sides of the paper off, and you see this one, this full shelf has the holes to attach the lights in the middle here. So I'll show you that after I'm done. Okay, I'm not sure where I left off, but after I finished Cass, I don't think I finished yours. So I think we talked about the lights going up. I put a magnet up for this one. This one actually is just stuck up there with, and then the cords are taped over with white duct tape. I did Cass's. So basically cord management is your goal here. So when the cords come down, you'll see them come down here. I ran out of stuff, so I didn't put a little white thing there. So I just like to make it look a little neater. So you can do what you want, but essentially that is it. And then put your plants in and see what happens. So hopefully this all makes sense, and if you have any questions, there's great videos online too, on YouTube, people doing these cabinets, as well as the Modern Aqua website for the shelves, the Baggebo shelving, how to get it in the back here, and these shelves here, because that's the ones I got you. Mine are all dirty here now, as you can see, but okay, enjoy.